honestly, the best advice that I've gotten is kind of based on how I've lived with having seizures and still pursuing my music.
Mm-hmm.
So just no matter what, not to give up.
Welcome to another episode of the Wichita Life Podcast. My name is Landon. Today's sponsor is Il Primo Espresso Cafe. Il Primo is the oldest coffee shop in town and is leading a front to fight for small businesses during the COVID-19 pandemic. Support Il Primo and all the other small businesses in Wichita during these hard times. Today's guest is Makayla Brownlee. Makayla is 17 years old and lives in Wellington, Kansas. After competing at the Wichita American Idol auditions, Makyla made it to the celebrity judge round in Oregon and then made it to Hollywood. After a few rounds in Hollywood, she went on to compete in Hawaii, which just aired March 29th, 2020. Makyla has a really bright future, so we talked about her past in music and what's to expect in the future. Enjoy my conversation with Makayla Brownlee.
I'm here with Makayla Brownlee. How are you doing, Makayla?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm Makayla Brownlee. I'm 17 and I'm from Wellington, Kansas.
Perfect. And we are talking because you just made the top 40 for American Idol. People might be listening to this at a later point, but that's a great accomplishment so far. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
So what's your background in music? How long have you been singing?
My whole family sings, so I've been singing as long as I could remember, but I've been performing since I was 7.
Wow, what was that first performance?
My first performance was when I was 7 years old at the Wellington Wheat Festival, and I sang one song with my dad's band.
Oh, that's really cool. So does your dad still perform?
Yeah, he still has a band.
That's really cool.
They perform every once in a while.
Nice. So you've been performing and singing for, about 10 years then?
Yeah.
Very cool. Where do you like to perform, or where's some of the cooler places you perform? Is it mostly local stuff, or have you traveled to perform?
I've never really traveled to perform. I'd say my biggest accomplishment besides American Idol would be performing with Logan Mize at the Cotillion.
Oh, really cool, yeah.
For New Year's Eve, so...
Was that this last year?
Yeah.
Very cool, that's awesome. Yeah, he's getting to be a pretty big name. That's cool.
Yep.
So, I mean, I guess besides your family, what other inspirations do you have for singing? Do you have a favorite artist or anything like that?
I'd say Carrie Underwood, probably.
Okay. Who would you say you sound the most like, or your styles? Is it Carrie Underwood?
Probably not my style. I don't know.
Yeah. Put you on the spot a little bit there. So
a lot of people say I sound like Adele. I
okay.
don't always see it, but
yeah, I mean, you definitely have talent level. That's awesome. Is it country music your main interest, or do you like all kinds of music?
Country and pop.
Pop, very cool. So what is your long-term goal or dream? Do you want to be a professional singer, professional level, or what are you looking for?
I'm not the type to get my hopes up for something unreasonable, but my goal in life is to do something that has to do with music. I want to do what I love, and what I love is singing. So
yeah,
I'd be very disappointed if I didn't do something that had to do with singing in my life, even if it was just a side job. But I mean, I'd like to be well known.
Yeah, absolutely.
Logan Mize, I look up to him a lot. I want to be like him. He's not huge, but he's very well known in his state, and
yeah, absolutely. Where is he from? Clearwater? Where is he from?
Yeah, he's from Clearwater.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's really cool. Yeah, it's cool to have somebody that's local too that you can kind of look up to and probably use as a mentor as well, I'm sure.
He's awesome. They both are, Jill and Logan.
Very cool. So do you write your own stuff? I think I saw a couple songs on Spotify, but do you prefer to do covers, or do you write a lot of your own music?
I do both, but I am starting to write a lot more music now.
Very cool. What is that? Do you come up with the tune first, or do you have the lyrics and then come up with the tune? What's the process of writing look like?
Usually there's something that pops up in my head, and it's always lyrics first.
Really?
it's easiest to find the chorus and then just build around it, and then you'll find the chords.
Okay, that's cool. So then do you just kind of have the lyrics kind of going in your head and just start playing and see what sounds good and
Yep.
matches it?
Yep. Exactly.
Very cool. How long have you been playing guitar? As long as you've been singing, or what does that look like?
I've been playing since I was about, I would say like 10, but like actually 13 probably.
Okay, very cool. So now I kind of want to hop into some of the American Idol stuff. And I know there's only so much you can talk about with some stuff having aired and not aired yet and everything like that. But like I said, I think you just made the top 40, so congratulations. That's really cool.
Thank you.
What was the process of getting on American Idol look like? Did you have to go to the open audition at Century 2, or what did that look like?
Yeah, I actually did the Cake Idol before Century 2, and I was a top 5 finalist, so I got a front of the line pass for Century 2.
Okay.
And that means I got to cut the at least 1,000 people that were there.
Right. Yeah, it was a
So that
ridiculous
was
line.
cool. Yeah. I auditioned there, and they sent me through, so I went to the judges.
Nice. What did the Cake Idol look like? Was that just sending in videos, or what was that?
Yeah, the Cake Idol was where you send in videos, and then they picked the finalists.
Sure. Um, so from that, so you kind of skipped the line. What did it look like at Century 2? I think I've talked to one or two people that performed, and they didn't make it to the next level, but they performed there. But what did that look like? Was it because they're not the celebrity judges, but who was there, and what did that process look like?
There were like 7 booths, and there was 1 to 2 producers at each one.
Mm-hmm.
Then they just had lines at each one, and they'd bring up 4 people at a time, and then each person would take their turn singing, and then they would say, whether or not you made it through. So with me, they had the 3 people step forward,
Mm-hmm.
and they told them that they just needed to work on some things. And I actually made pretty good friends with one of the person I was in line with.
That's cool.
So,
Yeah.
but then they just had me stand back, and then he told me I was going through. So
Very cool. Did you play guitar for that audition as well?
yes, I did, and I performed "Creep" by Radiohead
Oh,
and
nice.
"Creep" by Radiohead and "Traveling Soldier" by the Dixie Chicks.
Very cool. Um, do you think it's a benefit, or is it, I don't know, does it help, or does it, I guess it doesn't hurt, but to play guitar, because you're not necessarily just focusing on singing then, but does that help you perform to have the guitar with you?
Um, it's kind of weird because it's easier for me to play guitar and sing, but it's hard. It's like it's better if someone else is playing
Sure.
on the stage, but I think that they found that more interesting just
Yeah.
because I am able to play and sing at the same time. And I mean, a lot of people can do it, but there are also a lot of people that cannot do it. So
Right.
that was a plus for them, I think.
Yeah, for sure. It kind of shows that you have kind of the complete package then. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you pick the songs so you pick the ones for this audition like later on, and I think you played the Dixie Chicks song at the first celebrity audition, but do you pick the songs throughout, or do they kind of help you say, hey, maybe not that song, maybe this song?
Um, I'm not sure how much I can share about this. I don't think it's a big problem, but they gave us a list, and it was a lot of songs, pretty much any song you could
Okay.
think of.
Yeah.
But it's a cleared list, and then you'd have to send in videos to the producers to make sure it was okay. But
Sure. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
to a
Um,
point, yes.
yeah, I gotcha. So how nervous were you for the either the first audition or especially this celebrity audition?
Um, I'm honestly. Well, I auditioned for the open calls the year before,
Mm-hmm.
so in Kansas City, and I didn't make it. So I
Gotcha.
was really nervous for the ones in Wichita, just because like if I got through that, it's I'm that much closer to my dreams. But that was probably one of the hardest rounds, and it wasn't even like an actual round, just because there were so many people and they could only pick a limited amount of people.
Right.
So that one was probably the most nerve-wracking, but for the judge auditions, I was extremely nervous all day waiting, and then once I got in the room, I was like fears were all my fears were gone until Katie made that like surprise face when I started singing, and I'm like, oh crap, well she likes it, so I better do good the rest of the song.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like,
That was
okay.
awesome. Where was that first celebrity audition at?
That was in Oregon, Sun River,
Oregon. Okay,
Oregon.
gotcha. Okay. And then after that, you went to Hollywood. That's really cool. Do you have any advice for anybody that either would want to go to like one of the open auditions or anything like that? Like, what kind of advice would you have for anybody that's trying to either just chase their dreams or trying to get on American Idol?
Well, it's obvious that we all have those bumps in the road to deal with and the hard times, but if you are passionate about it, you shouldn't let anything get in the way of it. So that's just
Yeah,
kind of what I've lived by with my seizures, and I encourage everyone to just work at what they want and don't give up, no matter how hard it gets, because in the end, it's going to be like, if you're proud of yourself, you're successful.
that's really cool. Yeah. Just to touch on that a minute, I know there's the last, kind of video that was making the rounds, and there's been a couple articles, but can you touch on the medical condition, the seizures, kind of stuff you've had to overcome, throughout your life, but especially through this process?
Well, I've been having them for 5 years, so I've kind of got the feel on how to not really control them, but the way that I act and try to prevent them. It,
What
with
is the
this
condition,
process,
just for people that don't
it's
know?
vasovagal syncope.
Okay.
There's another term for it, but I don't know how to pronounce it, and I honestly don't know what it's called.
I couldn't pronounce that one, so.
Vasovagal, also POTS disease, that stands for something. I mean, if you want to look more into it, POTS.
Okay.
Yeah, POTS, two-dose seizures, which are non-epileptic seizures. But the vasovagal syncope is, everyone has a vagal nerve that runs through their brain and heart.
Mm-hmm.
Mine overreacts when my heart rate goes up, and it causes me to faint and seize.
Wow.
People with vasovagal have different effects on it, but
Sure.
that's seizing is mine.
So it happens when you're excited or adrenaline rush and that kind of thing?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
literally anything that can make my heart rate go up. I've had a seizure mid-air after flying off of a tube. So,
Yeah,
tubing the boat. Yep,
wow, that's crazy.
it is crazy. Anything.
Have you found anything that works? I know you said you can't really control it, but that helps maybe temper it a little bit, that people might help some other people that have it?
Um, I haven't really found anything. I know lifting my legs over my head. If I'm laying on my back, lifting my legs over my head,
Uh-huh.
and just kind of excluding myself from loud areas and crowds of people
Yeah,
helps.
sure. Okay.
But
Very cool.
nothing.
Awesome. That's kind of all I had about the American Idol stuff. Are there any, again, you can only share so much, but what's been your favorite part thus far that's aired? Was it just kind of that first celebrity judge appearance, or what's been your favorite part there?
No, definitely my favorite part was either the duet rounds. I love her. I love my partner, and it was a blast. Or the third round of Hollywood Week, just because I did inspire so many people, and I have so many people reaching out to me about them having the same condition and how they've gotten more answers from me than any doctor. It's so touching. So definitely that, and also seeing Katy Perry ball her eyes out for me.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty special. Not many people can say that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's really cool. So I just have a couple other kind of various questions. If you don't necessarily have a great answer, you can think of one, take your time, or you can just say pass. But is there anything that you often recommend to people, whether it's a book or a podcast or a certain music or anything like that?
Anything I recommend? I don't know. um,
Or favorite movies or TV shows or anything like that?
I like Breakthrough.
Okay.
I don't.
What's Breakthrough?
It's a movie about the boy that falls through the ice. That's
Oh,
super
gotcha. Yeah.
inspirational. I love that
Very
movie.
cool. Yeah, that's cool. Um, do you have a life motto that you live by, or what is some of the best advice that you've received through the years?
Honestly, the best advice that I've gotten is kind of based on how I've lived with having seizures and still pursuing my music.
Mm-hmm.
So just no matter what, not to give up. It's pretty simple, and
Yeah,
I mean, it's not that easy to live by, but it's simple.
sure. The best advice is usually simple but not easy. So,
Yeah.
do you have any habits that you've developed over the past couple of years that have most improved your life?
Habits?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about improving my life greatly, but I'm a bowler. Um, that's not a habit. That's a hobby.
No, that's a good. I was doing a little bit of research before this, and I did see you won a scholarship at a competition or something one time.
Yeah, $5,000.
That's pretty awesome. Is that something you'd want to pursue in college or anything like that?
I was thinking about it, and I mean, it's a possibility. I'm still like, it's still hard for me to decide college things right now because of my seizures. I can't drive, but
Right.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Wichita State alum, so they've got a good bowling program. We'd love to
Oh
have
yeah,
you.
I
So
know. Yeah,
that's
I
really
know.
cool.
If I were to go to college for bowling, it'd be there. But
Yeah, for sure. Are
I'm
you a
more
junior
about
right now?
singing. Yeah, I'm a junior, but I'm homeschooled. I do online school through Oxford.
Oh, very cool. Okay. Very cool. So I just have a couple questions about Wichita. So you may or may not have answers. How often do you go to Wichita from Wellington?
Oh, I go to Wichita all the time because my boyfriend lives there.
Oh, perfect. Even better. What's your favorite part of Wichita? Or do you guys have a hidden gem or favorite restaurant or anything like that?
Favorite part? I don't know. We went to the golf course. I don't know what it's called, but I don't even know where it's at. It's just by his house.
That's fine. No problem. Is there anything that Wichita does not have that you wish it did have, or what would you improve about Wichita?
Uh, Nothing really. I just wish I did more things. Like I wish I went. We really want to go to the ice skating rink at Chicken and Pickle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that is really cool. So I just have kind of one more question, and then we can pitch kind of where people can find you. But I ask everybody this since it is a Wichita-based podcast. But what does Wichita mean to you?
A lot of my support comes from Wichita, so Wichita means a lot to me. I mean, it's a great town, a lot of great people, a lot of fun things to do. So I don't know. Like it means a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. So where can people find you, Makyla? On social media? Where are you active on social media? Where can people find your stuff?
I just made a fan page on Facebook, and a lot of people are having difficulties finding it on the way to do it. But if you just search Makayla Brownlee in the search bar, then click pages, my fan page will pop up with a picture of me singing in Hawaii, actually. Then my Instagram's Makayla Brownlee 44, and I have YouTube, and that's just Makayla Brownlee.
Okay. I will link all that up so people can find it, and I'll definitely be promoting the different American Idol episodes as you move on. Again, congrats on making the top 40, and I'm excited to watch the next couple rounds and see how you do.
Thank you. Also, I'm on Spotify and Apple Music.
Perfect. I will link both of those as well.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, if there's anything you ever would like to promote or anything, we're just the Wichita Life Instagram, so feel free to reach out to me whenever. And hopefully in a few years, when you're making it big, we can interview you again. So,
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
yeah, thanks, Makyla. Good luck. Have a good one.
Thank you again to everyone that listened to this episode of the Wichita Life Podcast. If you enjoyed, please rate and review our podcast on whatever app you use. If you have any recommendations, please reach out at wichitalifeict@gmail.com. Thanks again.